My child, hear this now with trembling, because heaven is not whispering but shouting through Archangel Michael, and he is not far, he is here in your room, standing where your eyes cannot see but where your soul feels the weight of his presence. Do not take this lightly. Do not think it is just words. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is not a story you can scroll past and forget. God has given permission for Michael to flash this message on your screen because your life, your destiny, your protection, your abundance, your love, your safety, and your very tomorrow depend on it. God says, if you skip this, you will regret it tomorrow. Not next month. Not 1 year later. Tomorrow. Within 24 hours, a regret so heavy will sit upon you that you will cry out in the night, if only I had listened when heaven spoke directly to me. Michael is here now, and he is not smiling. His wings are stretched wide, the fire of heaven surrounds him, and the sword of light burns in his hand. He has been sent on assignment, not to deliver comfort words that you can ignore, but to deliver the most serious alert of your life. He says, you have been distracted, you have been tested, you have been surrounded by forces that smile at you while secretly wishing your fall, and God could no longer remain silent. The truth had to be delivered straight into your heart. This is why the angel himself came, this is why your screen is carrying his words, this is why heaven is echoing within the walls of your room right now. God says, there is something you are about to walk into blindly. It has already been arranged, and though your spirit has felt restless, though your heart has felt uneasy, though your nights have carried a strange heaviness, you kept dismissing it, thinking maybe it was just your thoughts. No, it is not your thoughts. It is a trap. And Michael says, if you skip this, you will walk into it tomorrow. You will regret it tomorrow. The regret will pierce you. The sorrow will be unbearable. And heaven will say, we tried to warn you, but you ignored it. Do you think Archangel Michael would leave the throne of heaven, would descend into your room with fiery authority, only to play games? No, child. God does not waste angelic orders. Michael is trembling, not because he is weak, but because he has seen what is prepared against you. He saw last night, when you were asleep, shadows moving near your name. He saw conversations whispered behind your back. He saw a woman with envy pressing your name into her hands, saying, I will stop them. He saw a man whose face you think is friendly, but whose heart is not, plotting something that would shake you tomorrow if not stopped today. And he cried out before the throne, Father, if I do not deliver the warning now, they will collapse under the weight of tomorrow's regret. And the Father said, Go, Michael, go quickly, flash the message, and if they ignore you, then leave, for I will not force anyone to receive what heaven is freely giving. Michael says, this is your moment of decision. If you close your heart now, if you treat this like another passing word, then tomorrow you will know what it feels like when regret burns through your chest. Tomorrow you will see doors closing that were supposed to remain open. Tomorrow you will see hands withdrawing that were supposed to support you. Tomorrow you will weep when you realize God gave you a chance to stop it but you chose not to listen. But if you take this seriously now, if you receive the urgency, if you open your spirit, if you say yes to heaven, then tomorrow will not be regret. Tomorrow will be breakthrough. Tomorrow will be protection. Tomorrow will be unexpected blessing. Tomorrow will be divine reversal. The trap will turn against the setter, the shame will return to the mocker, the hidden plan will collapse before it reaches you. God says, today is the crossroad. The choice is yours. Listen, my child. Michael says, I am standing by your side even as you read this. I am not speaking from the clouds, I am speaking from your room. The air around you is stirred because my wings are spread. Your body senses a weight you cannot explain because the presence of heaven is near. I am here on command. But I will not stay long. If you dismiss me, I will leave, and you will bear responsibility for what happens. If you embrace this, I will remain, and I will fight for you. Can you imagine the terror of having heaven's warrior angel say, I will leave? Do you know what it means when the angel who has always defended you at night, who has drawn his sword against unseen forces, who has intercepted accidents and tragedies you never even knew were aimed at you, suddenly withdraws because you refused his message? Child, you do not want to know. You do not want to experience the silence of heaven after ignoring its shout. That is why God has pressed my words into you with such fire, with such repetition, with such unshakable urgency. God says, there is someone close to you whose mask is about to fall. This is the person you trust, but heaven calls them exposed. This is the person whose words soothe you, but their heart resents you. This is the person who smiles in front of you, but whose private conversations are poisoned against you. Michael has watched them. He has seen their hand move where it should not. He has seen the papers, the texts, the secret intentions. He has seen the night they stayed awake whispering your name not in prayer but in curse. He has seen it, and he has raised the alarm. Child, I need you to hear me. God says, it is not a joke. Archangel Michael is not here to play. Heaven is not bored. This is life and death in the spirit. This is destiny versus delay. This is blessing versus block. This is tomorrow's regret or tomorrow's miracle. And it depends on what you choose to do now. Michael says, I am crying because you have ignored so many signs. I have nudged you in dreams. I have sent you sudden thoughts. I have placed strange restlessness in your spirit. I have caused certain conversations to reach your ears. I have stirred you awake at strange hours of the night. I have shown you repeated numbers, repeated patterns, repeated names. And still you ignored me, thinking it was just coincidence. I wept, because every ignored sign brought you closer to the trap. And tonight, I could not hold back, so I appeared directly in your room, flashing this message on your screen. And still you hesitate. God says, do not hesitate. This is the line between regret and redemption. This is the moment heaven is begging you to take seriously. Do not let the enemy laugh tomorrow, saying, we warned them, but they still refuse to act. Do not let your angels bow their heads in sorrow tomorrow, saying, we were sent, but they turned away. Do not let tomorrow be your day of weeping. Let it be your day of triumph. Michael says, if you obey, I will remain. I will fight the fight you cannot fight. I will stand guard over your name. I will block the papers that were written against you. I will silence the tongues that were planning to rise tomorrow. I will chase the shadow that has been circling you. I will wrestle with the spirit that was preparing to bring regret. I will fight for your love, your money, your family, your health, your future. But you must not skip this. You must not treat this lightly. One act of disregard will make me withdraw. And then you will know what regret feels like tomorrow. God says, the time is now. The warning is serious. You cannot say heaven was silent. You cannot say you were not told. You cannot say you didn't know. Michael is in your room. His wings are brushing the air around you. His eyes are burning with fire. His sword is drawn. His voice is heavy with sorrow and urgency. He is not asking. He is commanding. He is saying, you will regret it tomorrow if you skip this. Child, take this into your heart and do not delay. Heaven is speaking. Heaven is moving. Heaven is watching your response. My beloved child, hear this word that I bring to you right now because time is not waiting for you. Archangel Michael has been sent directly by the command of the Almighty to stand in your room, not in some distant place, not in some far-off realm, but right here with you at this moment. You may not see him with your physical eyes, but his presence is wrapped around you like fire, his sword of light hovers over your destiny, and his voice is speaking through this very message flashing before you. God says you must not skip this, because if you skip it, you will regret it tomorrow, and that regret will burn deeply into your soul like a wound that cannot be undone. God says He has been watching the course of your steps. He has seen the traps laid by those who pretend to love you but inwardly conspire against you, and He has commanded His warrior angel to intervene for you at this precise hour. Do not doubt, my child, for your spirit already knows the truth. Have you not felt the strange trembling in your chest, the quiet whispers in your dreams, the moments when your heart warned you that something was hidden, something was being spoken about you in secret corners? That was not your imagination. That was Archangel Michael trying to reach you, trying to call you to attention, but you pushed it aside, thinking it was nothing. And now he says to you with urgency, you will regret it tomorrow if you skip this. He has no permission to remain if you turn away. Heaven respects your choice, but heaven also warns you that choices carry responsibility. If you ignore this message, the consequences will be upon you, and you alone will bear them. God says that tonight the heavens opened, and your name was spoken in the council of the divine. There was a scroll with your destiny written, and the hand of God pointed at your name and said, "Send Michael. Let him warn my child before it is too late." And Michael flew with fire streaming from his wings, not for another, not for the neighbor, not for the friend, but for you. For you, specifically. God says this is not a general word meant for the multitudes. This is a direct word meant for you, because something is hanging in the balance. Something that involves your life, your future, your money, your family, your very safety. God says He will not allow you to walk blind into a pit, but you must be willing to open your ears and take the warning seriously. Do you know why Michael is flashing this message on your screen? Because heaven saw that every other way to reach you has been blocked. They saw that your enemies tried to cloud your mind with distraction, with endless noise, with fake promises, with false comfort, so you would not hear the alarm in time. But God is not mocked. God broke through every interference and commanded this word to come directly in front of your eyes, so you could not deny it. You may close the screen, but the echo of these words will follow you into tomorrow, and if you reject them, you will know deep down that you ignored heaven's final attempt to warn you. My child, listen closely. Archangel Michael says there are conversations happening right now with your name in them. Someone is planning something against you, and they are smiling at you to your face while hiding the sharpness of their knife behind their back. God says the exposure is coming. The lie cannot be hidden forever. The mask will fall, and when it does, you will see who was really with you and who was pretending all along. Michael says you have been too trusting with someone, and heaven has been watching the way you give your heart too freely. This person knows more about you than they deserve to know, and they are using it in ways you cannot imagine. God says He is bringing exposure, but you must not walk away from this message. If you walk away, you will not have the clarity when the exposure happens, and you will be left confused, vulnerable, and broken. Do you know why God sends warnings? Because He loves you more than you realize. He would rather interrupt your life with urgency than let you wander blind into disaster. You may think you are strong enough to handle everything on your own, but God says this battle is not of flesh and blood. This is a spiritual battle. There are forces at work that you cannot fight with human strength. Michael has drawn his sword because something unseen is pressing near you. There was a decree in the spirit world that tried to cut short your opportunities, your money, your relationships. Heaven heard the plotting and said, "No. Not my child. Not yet." That is why Michael is here. That is why this message is pulsing before you like fire in your eyes. It is not an accident. It is not coincidence. It is divine emergency. My beloved, you have been tired lately. You have felt drained, weary, as though your energy has been sucked out by unseen hands. This is not natural tiredness. This is a spiritual weight pressing against you, sent to weaken you so you will not notice the trap laid ahead. God says, shake it off right now. Speak His name. Pray even if you feel nothing. Call upon Him, and Michael will strengthen you. But you must not walk away from this moment. Do not tell yourself you will deal with it later. Later will be too late. Tomorrow will bring regret if today you ignore Heaven's word. Michael says you have been asking for a sign, something undeniable, something clear. And Heaven answers, this is the sign. This message itself is the sign. What more sign could you need than God interrupting your screen, than Michael standing in your very room saying, I was sent by God to warn you? Do not say you never received a sign. Do not say God was silent. This is Heaven speaking as loudly as possible without breaking into the visible. God says you are on the edge of breakthrough, but the enemy knows it too. That is why the attack is so fierce, why the distractions are so heavy, why the strange conflicts keep rising out of nowhere. The enemy sees what is coming for you, the blessing, the open door, the money, the love, the restoration, and he is terrified that you might walk into it. So he is trying to make you sabotage yourself by ignoring Heaven's voice. That is why Michael says you will regret it tomorrow if you skip this. Because tomorrow is not random. Tomorrow something is scheduled to shift, something is going to happen, and your readiness today determines whether it will break you or make you. God says you have been marked for favor, but the mark of favor also attracts jealousy. Not everyone smiling at you is for you. Not every hand extended toward you is meant to lift you up, some are waiting to pull you down. But God says He will expose the fake hands, He will reveal the hidden faces, but you must stay alert. If you close your eyes now, you will be left vulnerable in the moment of unveiling. Archangel Michael is not just a messenger. He is a warrior. He says he has already fought battles on your behalf that you will never know about. He has already blocked attacks that were supposed to reach you. There were accidents planned, losses plotted, betrayals sharpened like arrows. Michael caught them midair, and that is why you are still standing. But he warns you, he cannot fight for you if you choose to walk out of God's covering. If you turn away from this word, you are telling Heaven you want to fight alone. And if you fight alone, tomorrow you will see how weak human strength really is. My child, God says do not let pride deceive you. You may think you can skip this, brush it aside, and nothing will change. But God says ignoring a word from heaven has consequences. When He warns and you reject it, the door of protection closes until you cry out for mercy. Do not test Him. Do not push Him. Take this word seriously, because heaven did not speak in vain. Michael says you must prepare your heart. Tomorrow something is coming that will test you. It may be a conversation, it may be an encounter, it may be a piece of news that shakes you, but it is coming. And if you are not rooted in God, you will be swayed, manipulated, broken. But if you listen now, if you stand firm, heaven will turn what was meant for evil into good. The very thing designed to harm you will become the evidence of your breakthrough. God says you have been asking, why me? Why all this pressure? Why all this delay? Why all these strange attacks? And heaven answers, because you are chosen. You carry something great. You were born with a destiny that frightens hell itself. That is why you are a target. That is why the attacks are so specific, so relentless. But remember, if hell fears you, heaven backs you. You are not alone. Michael is here. Right now. Do not doubt it. And now, my child, the Spirit of the Lord whispers, make your decision. Will you listen or will you skip? Will you open your heart or will you turn away? Heaven will not force you. Love never forces. But remember the words, you will regret it tomorrow if you skip this. Tomorrow will prove whether you listened or not. So lift your head, beloved one. Call on God's name right now. Say within your heart, Lord, I receive. Lord, I trust. Lord, I choose not to ignore. And as you do, Michael's sword glows brighter, his wings stretch wider, and the traps laid against you begin to fall apart. What the enemy prepared will backfire. What was hidden will be exposed. What was lost will be restored. What was stolen will be returned. And tomorrow, instead of regret, you will see relief, confirmation, and the undeniable proof that God truly sent His angel to warn you in time. My child, I will keep speaking because heaven has much to pour into you. Do not think this message is ordinary. Every word carries weight, every sentence carries spirit, every moment carries a spark meant to ignite you. Even as you read, chains are being broken off your soul, fears are melting away, and strength is entering you. You are not the same as you were before opening this. Heaven says you are being marked right now with fresh protection, fresh clarity, fresh strength. And so, Michael says again, do not skip this. Do not dismiss this. Heaven has spoken. The choice is yours. My beloved child, Hear this now and do not let your heart grow numb to what is being placed before your eyes, because this is not an ordinary whisper, not an ordinary letter, not an ordinary vision, but a divine interruption into your life. I, the Lord your God, speak through the voice of my Archangel Michael, and he stands even now in your room, flashing this message across your heart, across your mind, across your very soul. You think you are reading words on a screen, but what you are truly receiving is fire from heaven, a scroll unsealed in your lifetime, an urgent alarm that will not come again in the same way. Do not treat it lightly, because Michael has been commanded by me to tell you what you were not supposed to know until later, but time has collapsed, urgency has increased, and you cannot afford to turn away. If you skip this, if you scroll away, if you delay, if you bury these words, then tomorrow regret will pierce you like a sword, because you will realize too late that what I warned you about was true. Archangel Michael speaks, and he says, "My child, I am here right now, not far, not distant, not symbolic, but present. I flash this message before you because heaven has already declared it in its courts. I warn you, if you ignore this, I will withdraw, and my wings will no longer surround you with the same covering, and then the weight of what is about to unfold will fall directly upon you. You will bear it alone, and God does not desire for you to be crushed, yet He will honor your choice if you reject His intervention. Do you understand how serious this moment is? I am not speaking in riddles. This is plain. This is direct. My child, God has spoken, and His voice is not a whisper but a thunder in your soul, because this is not just another passing moment, this is not a casual thought drifting across your mind, this is the urgent message heaven has dispatched directly for you. The screen before you is not ordinary, the words you are reading are not from human imagination, they are alive. They are carried by Archangel Michael himself, who has descended into your room to deliver what cannot be postponed. You think you are sitting alone, but in truth, the room is glowing with an unseen presence, and even now the air around you is charged, because the Archangel of War, the guardian of God's children, stands watch right where you are. He is flashing this message across your vision with divine urgency, because if you turn away, if you delay, if you let this moment pass as if it were nothing, then tomorrow will hold regret that no human comfort can erase. Archangel Michael says you will regret it tomorrow if you skip this, for God sent him directly to you. He says, "I am here. I am standing in your room, and I will not remain if you ignore what heaven has arranged for you in this hour." You may doubt, you may hesitate, but Michael is not playing games with you. He says, you alone will bear full responsibility for what unfolds if you turn away. God has commanded him to reveal that this moment is not just about words on a page, it is about your destiny, your life, your safety, your blessings, and the very alignment of your path. Child of God, heaven is trembling with activity on your behalf. Angels are in motion, moving like fire through the unseen realms, blocking traps, exposing enemies, bringing provision closer than you realize. But there is one condition: they cannot move without your agreement, without your act of faith, without your decision to stand in alignment with God right now. The very reason Michael himself was dispatched is because the urgency of what is unfolding in your life cannot be handled by whispers alone. It requires the sword of the Archangel, it requires the protection of the heavenly host, it requires you to listen, to trust, to act. Michael is not gentle when he warns. His words cut like lightning because he loves you too deeply to allow you to sleep through danger. He says to you, this is not tomorrow's word. This is not next week's instruction. It is for right now, this very breath you are taking, this very heartbeat in your chest. If you delay, if you wait for another time, if you think you will pray later, then you are missing the exact door that has swung open in front of you now. And once closed, that door will not easily open again. God is with you. You must let these words root in your spirit, because the enemy of your life has already planned a move that was meant to unfold in silence, hidden in the dark corners where you could not see. But God saw. God saw the trap being dug, God saw the hand of the one plotting against you, and God did not remain silent. He summoned Michael, and Michael came in full armor, blazing with fire, not to terrify you, but to warn you in the clearest way possible that this is serious. This is not a dream, not an illusion, but a divine alert that heaven has written with urgency across your life. You are safe, child. God says nothing will go wrong with you, but you must trust Him. Safety is not in ignoring the message, safety is in embracing it, in praying now, in standing under the covering of God's promise. Michael's presence is not to scare you, it is to shield you. He says, I am here, but if you ignore me, I will leave, and without me, you will face the coming moment uncovered. Not because God doesn't love you, but because free will cannot be violated. God offers His covering, His angels, His protection, but you must receive it, you must accept it, you must open your heart to it right now. Do not harden your spirit. This is your appointed time. Heaven is leaning close, the Spirit of God is whispering into your soul, and Michael's hand is resting upon your home. He says, pray. Speak to the Father. Open your heart and say yes. Align your faith with His promise. The very act of believing in this moment unlocks what God has been storing up for you. Do not allow the doubt of your mind to steal what the Spirit of God is pressing into your heart. My beloved child, even now, your tears are not hidden. Heaven has collected them. The nights you cried out, wondering if God heard, if God saw, if God cared, this is your answer. God saw. God heard. God cared enough to send His mightiest warrior into your room to prove that you are not forgotten, you are not forsaken, you are not abandoned. You are the child of the Most High, and He is wrapping His hand of protection around you even now. Michael says with firmness, if you skip this, regret will meet you tomorrow. That regret is not meant as punishment, it is meant as a warning. It means something is scheduled in the natural realm to unfold, and if you are not under God's covering, you will feel its impact. But if you listen, if you open your spirit, if you pray and trust Him, that storm will pass over, that enemy's plan will crumble, that danger will dissolve before it ever touches you. Trust God now. Pray to Him with your whole heart. Even a whisper from your lips saying, Father, I trust you, is enough to release the shield of heaven over your life. You are safe when you trust. You are covered when you pray. You are guided when you listen. Nothing will go wrong with you because you belong to the Almighty. Do not take this lightly. This is not a casual word. This is not a passing encouragement. This is an urgent dispatch from the throne of God, carried by Archangel Michael himself. He says, I am here in your room, flashing this before your eyes, because heaven cannot risk you missing what is about to unfold. He is pleading not with fear, but with love, with urgency born from God's own heart for you. My child, you are loved, you are chosen, you are shielded. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you if you remain in Him. But do not close your heart to this word. Do not dismiss this as another message. This is for you, only for you, in this very moment. Trust God, pray now, and watch how He delivers you. My beloved child, listen carefully to what I am about to say, for this is not a casual message, nor a light whisper carried by the wind. This is an urgent cry from heaven itself, delivered to you in this very moment because the timing is critical and the weight of destiny hangs in the balance. God has instructed Archangel Michael to step into your room, into your atmosphere, into your very being right now, to deliver a message that cannot be delayed or postponed. You may feel the shiver in your heart, the sudden awareness in your spirit, the quiet voice inside that says this is meant for you and no one else. Do not dismiss it. Do not scroll past, do not let your doubt suffocate the miracle that is unfolding, because if you skip this, tomorrow will not look the same. You will feel the absence of the very protection God has ordered to surround you today, right now, in this very second. God says, Archangel Michael has been commanded to guard you like a flame that refuses to go out in the storm. His wings are spread wide across your dwelling, His sword of light is raised, and His voice is calling to your soul, saying, do not miss this moment. Do not ignore this revelation. Your life is standing on the edge of something that will either make you or break you, and the decision lies with how you receive this message. You see, my child, you have cried in secret, tears that no one else has noticed, prayers whispered under your breath, questions you buried because you thought heaven was silent. But God was not ignoring you. He was arranging this very hour so that you could finally know what is hidden, so that you could finally see the truth, so that you could be warned before you walked blindly into a trap laid against your name. This is why Michael says with a trembling cry, if you skip this message, you will regret it tomorrow. Not because God wants to scare you, but because God loves you too deeply to let you wander unguarded. The regret would not come from punishment, but from missed opportunity, from a door that was open but left unopened, from protection that was offered but refused. Understand this: spiritual timing is delicate. Heaven's messages are not delivered randomly. They come at exact hours when your heart, your life, and your destiny stand at the intersection of decision. That is why Michael has entered your room. That is why you may feel something unexplainable in this very moment, a presence around you, a heaviness in the air, a sense that you are not alone. It is because you are not alone. God has sent His most powerful warrior to stand beside you now. And Michael says, I am here. I am flashing this message before your eyes. It is your choice whether you honor it or ignore it, but the weight of tomorrow rests upon the decision you make today. My child, do not let your doubts rise. Do not let the enemy whisper that this is nothing. The enemy wants you distracted, careless, unbelieving, because if you believe, if you accept, if you open your heart to this urgent word, then chains will break tonight. Curses will be undone. Plots will collapse. The hidden things planned against you will be exposed before they can touch your life. You have been asking for protection, for answers, for a sign. This is that sign. This is the moment. God says, I have been watching you when you thought no one saw. I have been counting every injustice done to you, every betrayal, every lie spoken against your name. I have seen how you endured, how you kept faith alive even when the world tried to suffocate it. Now the time has come to show you that I am not silent. Now the time has come to reveal that I have heard your prayers. But you must not ignore what I am showing you today. For if you walk away, if you treat this as if it does not matter, you will not see the shield I have prepared rise in time to block what is coming tomorrow. Michael stands in your room like fire. His presence is a warning but also a gift. He is saying, I will leave if you refuse me. I will step back if you ignore me. And when I step back, the one who waits in shadows will move forward. This is why you feel urgency in your chest. This is why you sense that this is not ordinary. Because it is not. This is heaven's emergency broadcast into your soul. But hear this as well, you are not alone, and you are not powerless. God says, do not be afraid. I am with you. Even in the storm, even in the unknown, even in the attack planned against you, I am standing with you. Nothing will go wrong with you if you trust me. Nothing will break you if you hold to me. You are safe in my hands. You are chosen, covered, and destined for greater things than your mind has even imagined. Yes, there is danger. Yes, there are hidden traps. Yes, there are people who wish to see your downfall. But greater is He that is in you, greater is He that fights for you, greater is the God who commands angels to guard your steps, than the plans of anyone against you. That is why Archangel Michael has come, not to frighten you, but to give you the strength to believe, to awaken your spirit so you do not miss the miracle that is aligned with your life right now. God is saying, "Child, pray to me. Speak my name. Call upon me now, not later. For I am near. I will not abandon you. I will not allow the enemy to rejoice over you. You are my treasure, my beloved, my chosen, and no power in hell can snatch you from my hand. But open your heart, for I am standing at the door, and I will not force my way in. This is your moment to choose. My beloved, trust God. Trust Him when you cannot see. Trust Him when tomorrow feels uncertain. Trust Him when fear tries to rise. Pray to Him, speak with Him, lean on Him, and know that the angels are fighting battles for you right now that you cannot even see. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are safe in the arms of the Almighty. Archangel Michael says again, do not skip this. Do not close your eyes to this. For tomorrow you will understand why this moment was crucial. But if you trust, if you receive, then tomorrow you will not regret. Tomorrow you will rejoice. Tomorrow you will see that heaven intervened for you tonight. God says, you are safe. I am with you. Nothing will go wrong with you. Just trust me, pray to me, and let me show you the power of my hand. My beloved child, listen carefully, for this moment is not like every other moment. This is not a random passing of words, not an accident that these lines have reached your eyes. This is a divine arrangement, a heavenly intervention designed to catch your attention before you miss what could alter the course of your life. God says, I have sent Archangel Michael to your side, and he stands by you now, in the quiet of your room, with a message that cannot be ignored. Michael is not far away, not hidden in realms you cannot see, but here, close to you, letting his presence be felt in ways your spirit recognizes even if your eyes cannot see. He is the flash in your thoughts, the stirring in your heart, the goosebumps that rise when heaven breathes near you. He speaks with a voice you may not hear in your ears but feel in your soul. You will regret it tomorrow if you skip this. God sent me to inform you, and I am in your room right now, flashing this message on your screen. If you skip it, I will leave, and you alone will bear full responsibility for what is about to happen in your life. These are not words of fear, but words of warning mixed with love. When heaven speaks, it does not waste its breath. It speaks because something crucial is about to unfold, and you are standing at the very edge of it. Do not think this is coincidence. Do not think this is just imagination. For every time you have prayed and asked God, "Give me a sign, Lord, show me you are real, reveal to me what I need to know," He has been listening. And now, through this urgent message, He answers you. He is calling your heart to attention. He is reminding you that you are not alone, that you are not abandoned, that the forces of heaven surround you, even now, even in your most private space. Michael stands with his sword of light, and when he speaks with the authority of God Himself. The urgency of his words is because the timeline of your life is shifting. There are things moving in the unseen world around you that will soon manifest in the visible. Choices, opportunities, and hidden dangers are converging, and the path you choose will determine the kind of future you walk into. This is why He is saying, if you skip this, if you take it lightly, if you let doubt or distraction steal your attention, you will regret it tomorrow. Understand, child, regret is not punishment, it is the pain of missing what could have been yours. Heaven does not want you to miss what belongs to you. God does not want you to walk in circles when He has already laid out the straight path. He does not want you entangled in battles that He has already given you victory over. But it requires your obedience, your awareness, and your faith to step into it. Do you feel the stirring within you right now? That is not ordinary. That is confirmation. God placed this very moment before you as an answer to the confusion, the prayers, and even the tears you have whispered in silence. You have asked Him if He sees you. You have asked Him if your struggle matters. You have asked Him if there is truly a way forward when so many doors seem to close. And here is His answer: yes, He sees you. Yes, He knows the depths of your pain and longing. Yes, He has already arranged the way forward. But you must not ignore this moment. Michael is reminding you that your life is valuable beyond measure. There are forces that would love to see you discouraged, distracted, and defeated. There are those in your circle, and even unseen spirits,